So anime games are on the downfall, but I ain't gonna lie. Anime games, if it's not Dragon Ball Z games, bro, or Naruto games, every game is garbage, bro. Every arena fighter anime games, complete dog shit. And you know why that is? They're rushed, bro. They do not have, like, bro, let's be honest. The studios do not believe in some IPs, bro. Like like Shueisha. You know what I'm saying? Shueisha believe in Dragon Ball because, bro, Dragon Ball is #1 anime of all time, most popular on this planet, bro. You cannot go wrong with Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly why Dragon Ball games are the only, like, well, Dragon Ball and Naruto games, but mainly Dragon Ball, bro. Dragon Ball games get like dubbed, bro. They get dubbed, which is insane. A lot of anime games, bro, they don't get that. Like, Jujutsu Kaisen does not get that. One Piece, Burning Blood. Bro, all the One Piece games are not dubbed, bro. Like, Dragon Ball games, the only anime games that are good are Dragon Ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Excluding, like, actually traditional fighting games, like, you know what I'm saying, Strive and, Blaze Blue, Cross Tag and shit like that. We're talking about anime games that we watch on TV. You know what I'm saying? So we got, what's it, Curse Clash? Garbage. The new Naruto Storm Connections? Dog shit. I ain't gonna lie. We're getting straight dookie when it comes to arena fighting games, bro. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I liked My Hero One's Justice 2, but after a while, bro, let's be honest, the game is ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie, let's be honest, bro. But guess what? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's finna drop. Finna save all anime games. You know what I'm saying? But we're waiting. We are waiting desperately for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero to save us from this drought in anime arena fighters. I ain't gonna lie, Demon Slayer, Hinokami Chronicles was good, but it was lacking, bro. It's always Dragon Ball saving anime games. But let's start the video, though. Long ass intro, bro. I'm so stupid.
Open world games, action RPGs, party games, 2D fighters, but without a doubt,
yeah, that Attack on Titan game was so dog shit, bro. It's so ass.
The most infamous genre of anime games is a 3D arena fighter. From the year 2014 to now in 2024, we've gotten 15 different anime arena fighters, with another coming out later this year. Getting 15 different arena fighters isn't inherently a bad thing. What is bad, however, is that almost all these games suffer from the very same issues, and those same issues all stem from the fact that this genre is only chosen for one simple reason: it's cheap. What I want to do is explore this dark age of anime games we've found.
I've been saying this forever, bro. Rushed, cheap ass shit, bro.
Ourselves in, see where it all started, how it's been going, and where it's going
Look
to.
At this game. Is this J-Stars?
Let's get started. Well, I mentioned earlier, the so-called dark ages of anime games began in 2014.
Even
we
Jump
start 9
Force was
years
garbage.
earlier in 2005 with the release of what I like to call the grandfather of the modern anime arena fighter, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. It was released in Japan on October 6th, in North America on October 18th, and in Europe on October 21st. Before Budokai Tenkaichi, we had seen multiple different anime arena fighters like Bleach Blade Battlers and One Piece Grand Adventure. But Budokai Tenkaichi was the first to play like a modern arena fighter. Games like Blade Battlers and Grand Adventure utilized a fixed camera angle that was from a top-down point of view, whereas Budokai Tenkaichi fixed the camera behind one of the two players who would follow them around. Almost all future anime arena fighters would come to utilize this style of camera. The Budokai Tenkaichi series didn't just stop at one game. There was a sequel in 2006 and another sequel in 2007. Most fans will claim that Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is the greatest installment in the series.
When it comes to peak anime games, bro, you cannot get better than Dragon Ball Fighters, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3, bro. You know what I'm saying? Peak.
However, looking at reviews from its release year
and the Budokai series,
it seems that many were already getting tired of the same formula, perhaps foreshadowing for what was to come. Fans wanted something new from the Dragon Ball franchise. Budokai Tenkaichi games weren't bad by any measure. They had depth to their gameplay, but they weren't as deep as other fighting games like Tekken. The series was developed by developers Spike, who at the time were known for their Fire Pro Wrestling series. In 2012, they merged with sister developer Chunsoft to form Spike Chunsoft. Chunsoft was mainly known for their visual novels such as the Danganronpa series. Following the merger, they continued to work on further visual novels, as well as a number of different licensed
garbage, bro. Let's be honest
pop
here.
up quite a few times later, and it won't be pretty. The seemingly last game in the Budokai Tenkaichi series would be Tenkaichi Tag Team for the PlayStation Portable in 2010. The following 14 years would leave space for other Dragon Ball games to have their time in the spotlight. But the overall quality of anime games declining since its hiatus, it seemed like it was time for Budokai Tenkaichi to make a comeback. If the Budokai Tenkaichi series is the grandfather of the modern anime arena fighter, then that would make the Naruto Storm series the father. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm is the first entry of the series. It was released in North America on November 4th, 2008, in Europe on November
7th, everyone was hyped.
7th, and in Japan on January 15th, 2009. The game plays very differently from Budokai Tenkaichi, but still follows the same basic formula. Two opponents duking it out in an open arena, where the camera angle is positioned behind one of them and follows them throughout the match. The series would go on to receive 4 mainline titles and 2 spin-offs from its first release in 2008 up to Storm 4 in 2016. The games were often praised, mainly for its story modes and presentation. The first game featured a fully explorable Konoha, while future games would feature an expansive overworld to explore. But the greatest common factor between each entry would be its incredible cutscenes and graphics, which perfectly translated the anime into a 3D art style. However, the series would also be at the forefront of a number of criticisms.
Cyber Connect, bro.
Than being the game.
When it comes to their animations, bro, peak. Bro, the Storm series has the best animations in fighting game history, bro. They're giving Mortal Kombat a run for its money, bro. I'm telling you, bro. These like cutscenes, bro, like
for lacking
these
depth
ultimate
and for including
cutscenes?
unbalanced characters and
bro.
moves. While the series
It
may not be the best
rivals
for
Mortal
competitive play,
Kombat,
would
which
make
is
up for
insane.
it with its single-player offerings that brilliantly retell the story, making it engaging even for fans who already know Naruto's story. The series was developed by CyberConnect 2, who is known for their number of previous Naruto games, as well as for the Hack series. With their success of the Storm series, they would go on to develop a number of other anime fighters, which we'll see some of later. While the Storm series would lay dormant for 7 years, publisher Bandai Namco and developer CyberConnect 2 would eventually decide to revive it with what can only be described as a letdown. J-Star's Victory Versus is the game that I'd like to say started the dark ages of anime games. It was released in Japan on March 19, 2014 for the PS3 and PS Vita. It was re-released as J-Star's Victory Versus Plus in North America on June 30th, 2015. The game was developed by Spike Chunsoft. It was released to coincide with Shonen Jump's 45th anniversary. As such, the game is a crossover featuring a total of 52 characters from 32 different manga series from throughout Weekly Shonen Jump's history. The game was published by Bandai Namco. While they publish a large assortment of different video game franchises, for our purposes, they're infamous for holding a number of different anime licenses, and as a result, are the most common publisher of anime games. It received mixed reviews with a 61 critic score and a 6.3 user score on Metacritic. Most of the criticism was kind of dog shit, bro. So its underwhelming gameplay and lack of polish. While the little praise it received was for its expansive roster, J-Stars, developed by Spike, now known as Spike Chunsoft, despite having the same developer as Budokai Tenkaichi, the gameplay differs in multiple ways. The two biggest differences is that you have control over the camera, and the battles are mainly 2v2s, and I don't really like either of these changes. The camera controls are pointless because there's a feature that locks the camera onto your opponent, which will probably just leave on for the whole time. And the 2v2 aspect brings more negatives than positives.
Like, look at that!
Having 4 players, the arenas here are larger than
this game looks like, bro.
Your standard arena fighters, and cause matches to drag on because you spend so much time tracking down your opponent.
Boy,
and most of the time,
bro. You got my boy Urameshi in this. All the damn
it doesn't even feel like a 2v2 because you'll fight one enemy, and your teammate fights their teammate, and that's how most of the matches will go. Aside from these two complaints, the gameplay overall is very weak. The movement is clunky, making it hard to control, especially while dashing. The moves are unbalanced and mashy, and the animations and graphics just look off. For some reason, there's an opening cinematic that has a free game that perfectly translates the manga art style into a video game, and then they just throw it away in the actual game. The only saving grace about this game is its roster. It's got a really nice selection of different manga series for different time periods, as well as different genres, which means there's a little something for everyone. But despite having a large and expansive roster, because of the gameplay, they don't feel very samey. Beyond the standard matches, there's not much else to do. There's a story mode, but it's a very generic story, where the main gameplay is just regular matches over and over. Simple at points, J-Stars features a great roster of characters, but it's held back by repetitive gameplay, lack of things to do, and a subpar presentation. Now keep those points in mind, because it will definitely show up with other games later. Dragon Ball Xenoverse is an interesting series because it's a hybrid between an RPG and an arena fighter. It was published by Bandai Namco and developed by Dimps, who worked on other Dragon Ball games and other fighting games.
Let's be honest, chat. Xenoverse was honest. It was an honest fighting game. It was
previously.
Cool, bro.
Xenoverse released on February 5th, 2015 in Japan, and February 24th in North America for the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC. It received generally positive reviews with a 69 critic score and a 7.6 user score. While the game,
bro, I ain't gonna lie, this game was kind of, bro, at launch, but all the content that this game got, I mean, it's good now, bro, but, bro, it was rough.
It was somewhat similar to the Budokai Tenkaichi series, wherein there is an arena to fight in. Said arenas are much larger, akin to games like J-Stars. There's also a large focus on the game's RPG elements, such as the character creation and customization. Because this focus
on the fact that you can become a Super Saiyan sold me, Chad. I ain't gonna lie.
RPG aspects, it's hard to use this game to criticize arena fighters. The combat does lack the depth found in other traditional fighting games.
No cap,
That's
bro.
because it's not trying to be a deep fighting game. So for that, it's going to get a pass from me.
Look at
JoJo's
this.
Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven is a JoJo's 3D arena fighter. The game released on December 15th, 2015 in Japan, and June 28th, 2016 in North America on the PS4. It received generally positive reviews with a 61 critic score and a 7.8 user score. It was published by Bandai Namco, and despite being developed by the Naruto Storm developer CyberConnect 2, it plays quite differently from the Storm series. It plays similar to J-Stars, with 2v2 fights, large arenas, and camera controls. I'd also say similar to J-Stars, the combat is dull and janky.
Yeah, however, I hate the yo. I ain't gonna lie. They re-released the JoJo game. I was like, yeah, this shit is, this shit is not it. It was not hitting, bro. I refunded it instantly, bro. I was like, yo, I love JoJo, you know what I'm saying? You finna pull some stance out? Nah, bro. This game is clapped. This game, they re-released it, bro. I copped it. I had to refund.
It's a boatload of fan service, and it's great for fans of the series. The story mode is a time-traveling adventure, bringing together characters from all different parts of the JoJo timeline, leading to a number of fan-servicey moments.
Look at
the art
this,
style
man.
also caters to JoJo fans by translating the manga and anime's art style well into a video game medium. The fan service is, of course, great for fans, but non-fans of JoJo certainly have no reason to play this game.
Exactly,
While that may not seem like a problem, it kind of is. I'm not saying this is exclusively an Eyes of Heaven problem, or that Eyes of Heaven is even a bad game, but developers know that they can cut corners when they have a popular IP attached to their game, like JoJo's. The gameplay could definitely use some more development time, but because they know that JoJo fans will buy it, they're okay with releasing it in a half-baked state. Think of a good anime game like Dragon Ball FighterZ. That game is great for fans, but also great for non-fans of Dragon Ball. See what I mean?
Exactly,
when developers try to make a game for both fans,
that is exactly why Dragon Ball FighterZ is peak, bro. Because even if you do not know what a Dragon Ball is, game's still fire.
And non-fans, you get the best game possible. But like I said, this point isn't directly targeted towards Eyes of Heaven, as it applies to most of the games you'll see on here. One Piece Burning Blood was released for different platforms on different days for some reason.
What
the PS4 and PS Vita released on April 20.
One Piece Burning Blood? I love this game. I know it got canceled, bro. More characters are supposed to come out for this game. No one was playing it. Majority of the you know what I'm saying? Everyone hated on this game, bro. Me personally, I liked it, bro. I liked it.
1st, 2016 in Japan, and May 31st in North America. Within a couple of months, it also released on Xbox One and PC. The game was developed by Spike Chunsoft and published by Bandai Namco. Despite Spike developing the game, it was most similar to the Naruto Storm series. It received slightly above average reviews with a 66 critic score and a 7.1 user score. The gameplay is overall fine. At the time of its release, the market wasn't plagued by many good fighters, so people didn't complain too much and opted to compare it to J-Stars, seeing as they shared the same developer. While the game did debut at the top of the Japanese
the game was peak, chat. The story mode was too short, kinda ass. It got no dub, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I still like it.
It still didn't receive the best of reviews. It was largely seen as a nothing game, and is rarely talked about today, as it's overshadowed by other One Piece games. Because it released earlier than other arena fighters, it wasn't panned as much as some of the other games you'll see on here later, but it still helps mark the start of the dark age of arena fighters. The 7 Deadly Sins Knights of Britannia might be the least known game on this list. It was also the first 7 Deadly Sins console.
I don't even want to hear about this, bro. This anime is so bro. I do not want to hear about 7 Deadly Sins. Let's go on to One Justice. I kind of like One Justice.
Game. It was published by Bandai Namco and developed by Viking.
I like
face to this list. The game released first in Japan on August 23rd, 2018, then worldwide on October 26th, 2018. It released on the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC via Steam. It received mixed ratings with a 68 critic score and a 6.5 user score. The gameplay feels somewhat unique from other arena fighters and does have a handful of mechanics to give it a leg up on the competition, but it still suffers overall.
So like in Mortal Kombat, oh yeah, you have armor in Mortal Kombat, you got armor in this game. The armor is yellow. And it's tilt.
The mechanics included rock, paper, scissors like system, with basic attacks, counter attacks, and blockable attacks, which adds a layer of strategy. It's also pretty fun to string together combos and learn new characters.
The damn game,
however, the gameplay is not perfect. It's very floaty and can get repetitive quickly. Against CPU opponents, you can win by just button mashing. It's better against actual opponents, but because the online died so quickly, you don't really get the opportunity to do so. The rest of the game is pretty weak as well, the story mode especially. Every mission in the story mode is just regular matches. There are no unique boss fights or anything like that. And the presentation of the story is also weak. It's just a bunch of anime screenshots laid out.
Can you imagine paying $59 to watch time cards, bro? Like slides?
There are a couple of CG cutscenes, but they're poorly animated. Speaking of presentation, the graphics and animations look fine, but there are noticeable areas that are lacking polish, such as the ultimates that don't even take place in the stage you're fighting on. Outside of story mode and online, there's not much else to do. There's a mission mode and arcade mode, but both are just a series of normal matches.
Yeah, bro, that is the character. You know what I'm saying, Chad? There's no diversity in the game, bro. It's so trash. It's just online, and that's it. The customizable, bro. The customs was ass in this game.
Actually, do like the addition of, bro, but it's not enough to really keep.
There's hella color palettes, like color palette switches and shit. Like it's so stupid, bro. It's dumb as hell, bro. Worst customization in like fighting game history, bro.
If you're engaged. One's Justice represents an overarching theme with arena fighters. It had potential with its core.
It's just palette swaps, bro.
Gameplay was dragged down by the amount of content and cut corners. Likely because the development was rushed in order to cash in on the series' popularity.
So dumb,
My Hero One's Justice 2 is a sequel to One's Justice, released 2 years after the first game on March 12, 2020, then Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC and Steam. Received worse reviews than One's Justice, with a 68 critic score and a 5.1 user score. However, I feel like One's Justice 2 is just a better One's Justice. The gameplay is largely unchanged, but features a couple of new mechanics like sidestepping to step up the game a little bit. The story mode is presented in the exact same way. It's a little bit more faster too.
The game is actually a little bit more faster than Injustice, One's Justice 1, but got a little bit more mechanics in this game, and you got a little bit more movement.
One unique boss fight, and the CG cutscenes look kind of better. There's a larger and more fleshed out character roster, but there's still a severe lack of things to do. The online died quickly after launch and remains dead to this day. It's an improvement over the first, but not by much.
No one play this game, bro. It's bad. Yo, Chad, should I play this on stream? I think I should.
I hear you'll definitely get some enjoyment out of it, but it's not worth the full price. Only try it if it's on sale. Jump Force is the poster child.
Yeah, this is dog, bro. I still enjoy playing this with my friends, bro. But playing this by yourself or online, yeah, bro, it's
crappy anime 3D arena fighters. This game it was published by Bandai Namco, developed by Chunsoft, to coincide with Shonen Jump's 50th anniversary. However, through a number of different faults and misses, the game crashed and burned on launch. It released on February 14th, 2019 for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam. The game received below average.
Bro, the fact that they put Light Yagami in the trailer, I was like, yo, how are they gonna make Light Yagami playable in this shit? Then he was like not in the game. I'm like, yo, this shit is so stupid.
Average scores, receiving a 56 critic score and a 4.5 user score. There are many things to criticize with the Jump Force, but the main issue is that the game just
look how blocky the characters look. It is so bad, bro. Look at this. Putting anime characters in realism, bro. Like try to 3D realism anime characters, bro. That's where you messed up, buddy. They look blocky, clunky like action figures, bro. No emotion, no face expressions. It's cooked.
Completely missed its entire point, which is to celebrate the history of Shonen Jump. Like, before we talk about that, let's quickly cover the gameplay.
Yo, these character models are clapped.
It's more in line with games like Naruto Storm, as it features a smaller scale arena. It only includes 2 fighters at a time. The gameplay itself, like many other arena fighters, is generic, with most characters feeling exactly the same to play as. There's also just no...
I don't know about that one, buddy. Everyone does not feel the same. It's just like, I mean, you execute the power is the same, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I think you hit the button and it shows all all your attacks and shit. But everyone, I ain't gonna lie, the characters are kind of unique, bro. As bad as this game is, as trash as this game is, the damage scaling is kind of ass. You know what I'm saying? Doing combos in this game does not make any sense, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I get why
substance to it.
Said that.
It's clear that Spike took a very safe route with the gameplay. Here's where they start to miss the point of the game. The art style is realistic and edgy, which is strange because you would think that a game that's supposedly about celebrating the history of manga would design the game to look like manga. As in vibrant,
I'm about to fall asleep watching
because
Jump
this drastic
Force,
art style, characters look lifeless and dull. Another large point of contention.
Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah. Duh.
Was the generic and clearly cheaply produced story mode. It features a boring story about the anime villains trying to take over the real world.
No face.
Now you must step up to be a hero. With this, you can create your own character. However, the character creator is very limiting. It doesn't offer much design variety. The story mode cutscenes look atrocious. Usually just
really bad, bro.
Still,
garbage ass
cutscenes. Stiffest
cutscenes.
Animation ever.
It is horrible, bro.
Of long loading screens. The final main issue is the character roster.
Okay.
While it was supposed to be a celebration of Jump's history, most of the characters come from the same 4 series. Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Bleach.
And that's
There's very little variety with the represented series, and because of this, many older and classic manga series are just completely left out. Jump Force failed because they forgot what the point was. It was supposed to be a celebration of Shonen Jump's 50th anniversary, but instead dedicated to the West by incorporating an edgy art style and filling the roster with many characters from the same few series, rather than choosing a diverse roster like J-Stars did. Jump Force ultimately worked as a reminder that the anime arena fighter serves one purpose: make money while spending little money.
Exactly, it's just a cash grab. As I said, cash grab. Is this Kill la Kill?
If is widely regarded as the best anime arena fighter.
This game was kind of nice,
the one with the most potential. It was released on July 26, 2019, with the PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. It was developed by A+ Games and published.
Let's be honest here. It's a decent fighting game.
By Arc System Works, a company more widely known for their development of fighting.
Oh yeah, I forgot Arc Sys made this game.
Games such as the Guilty Gear series. The game received mixed reviews with a 68 critic score and a 6.5 user score. However, these ratings are strange, as many anime game fans will tell you that Kill la Kill is one of, if not the best, anime arena fighter. The sentiment comes mainly from its gameplay, which featured a number of mechanics, such as anti-airs, that set itself apart from the competition by adding a level of depth not found in many other games of this genre. To further enhance the gameplay, every character plays incredibly unique, with many of them having their own mechanics. This is a far cry from many other arena fighters whose characters all feel the exact same. This sounds great so far, so why the negative reviews? Well, these features couldn't cover up its glaring issues. The game just lacked content. The story mode was lacking, and was really only worth it for fans of the original series. There weren't many other modes to play, while the online had a minuscule player base. And despite all of the characters feeling different from one another, there weren't many, only 8 characters in total at launch. All of these issues are due to the game being rushed.
But the thing is, that's the problem, Chad, because like releasing arena fighters with like maybe 6 characters, 10 characters is a bad idea, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Mortal Kombat, look at Tekken, bro. Look at Street Fighter. Those are more technical games, and they're releasing more characters on launch, bro. Like, you gotta do better, bro.
The studio behind the original anime, Trigger, was heavily involved in the development of the game and made ridiculous demands of the development team, even forcing them to start the game over from scratch at one point. Because of the overbearing studio, the game was rushed and launched with a severe lack of content, leading to a small player base, which killed the game very quickly. It's a shame.
Yeah, this game is mad niche, Chad.
Because this game had a great foundation and had a promising future. The one time an anime arena fighter does something well, an overly demanding studio has to come in and ruin it. One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, goes back to
bro. This game is so ass, bro. It's so bad. Oh my gosh, man. They need to pay me to play this game, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They need to pay me. They should pay players to play this stupid ass game
of animated 3D arena fighters being
dumb.
Bad. It was published by Bandai Namco and developed by Spike Chunsoft. Released on February 28, 2020, with PS4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam. The game received subpar reviews with a 57 critic score and a 4.1 user score. One of the main appeals of the game was the Saitama gimmick, where if you chose him for your team, then you'd have to wait a certain amount of time before he arrived. However, all this did was encourage running away from your opponent and stalling until you could defeat them in one punch. The rest of the gameplay wasn't any better, as it was incredibly funny and button mashy. The story mode featured a character creator, allowing you to create your own hero, However, the customization options were limited, the cutscenes were poorly animated, and there were constant loading of
Yeah, look at that, man. It's so bad, bro.
issues. A hero nobody knows
I can't
presents
stand
another
this
common
game, bro.
issue with Arena Fighters.
Honestly.
That being the fact, the game should have been another genre. And Arena Fighter doesn't make any sense for One Punch Man because the characters are canonically incredibly unbalanced. For this reason, I think a Muso-style game would have been perfect. But that would have required too much money and effort, so a cheap Arena Fighter was chosen instead.
No one's
Demon
buying
Slayer
that.
Hinokami Chronicles was Demon Slayer's first.
Honestly, this game was actually nice. This was a good fighting game, good arena fighting game, bro. It plays similarly to like Naruto Storm, but it's completely different, like gameplay wise. But when you look at it, you're like, yo, this is Demon Slayer Storm. You know what I'm saying?
Console game. It was published by Sega and developed by
It was
Cyberpunk
good, man.
2,
It was good.
developers behind the Naruto Storm series. It released on October 15th, 2021.
I ain't gonna lie, it was giving Naruto Storm,
Xbox
man.
One, Xbox
It was
Series
giving
X/S,
Naruto
and PC
Storm.
via Steam. It
Let's
received
be
generally
honest.
positive reviews with a 69 critic score and a 7.2 user score. Being from the same developers as the Storm series, it plays very similarly to the Storm series, albeit with a couple of mechanics to further flesh out the fighting system.
So ass.
Due to the inclusion of these additional mechanics, it puts the game above most arena fighters in terms of depth. I'd say even above the Naruto Storm games, but still below the likes of Kill la Kill If. Another point that sets it apart from other
can
arena
see
fighters
that.
is that its story mode is one of the strongest
It has more depth because, like in Storm, all you have to do is to smash circle or B, bro. There's one button up, one button down. But in this game, you have to mix it up. It has damage scaling. You have to learn combos in this game. You cannot just go in and just start mashing, bro. You're gonna do no damage. You know what I'm saying? But it's a learning curve to this game, so I can see why it has more. I see why he's saying like it has more depth gameplay wise than Storm, but competitive Storm is more in depth than this game. I'm being dead ass, but you know what I'm saying. He has to see it to know it type shit.
features. Just as Storm games, there's an overworld section, unique boss battles, and beautifully animated cutscenes equipped with quick time events. There's even occasional mini-games thrown in to keep the gameplay interesting. I really do like this game's story mode, and I wish other arena fighters could take a page out of CyberConnect 2's book. While the reception wasn't outrageously high, most anime game fans consider Hinokami Chronicles to be one of the best arena fighters out there, and I'd certainly rank it towards the top of the list.
It's a good ass fighting
Naruto
game.
Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections is the 7th installment in the Storm series, and is arguably the worst, as it felt like glorified DLC for the previous installment Storm 4. Like the other Storm games, it was published by Bandai Namco, developed by CyberConnect 2.
Yeah, this was a good, bro. This was a good ass. Yo, the Storm series, good as hell. You cannot get any better than this, bro. A Naruto game, bro. Yeah, bro. It cannot get any better than this. But Storm Connection could have done a lot, bro. They could have done a lot, but they dropped the ball, bro.
Released on November 17,
So
2023
dumb, man.
on PS4, PS5,
I'm
Xbox
sick of
One,
these
Xbox
cash
Series
grabs,
X,
bro. I'm
S,
done.
Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. The game received average reviews with a 68 critic score and a 5.0 user score. I was incredibly adamant that this game is a scam and a waste of money. The gameplay
is,
largely
bro.
the same
It
as
is a
Storm 4's
scam,
with
bro.
few changes. However, for every additional mechanic they added, they removed some
Those
as well.
scammers,
For example, now you can use 2 jutsus in battle. You can no longer use chakra shirt.
Bro, believe it or not, the only good thing about Storm Connections is that you do not have to play the full story mode to unlock the characters. Thank God, bro. Because imagine playing that game, bro. Listen, playing the game story to unlock the characters, bro. I'm about to fall asleep. I ain't gonna lie. I would have given my little cousin to play it or some shit, bro. Because I am not sitting through that. Hell nah.
Tilts are removed entirely, and you can't choose what jutsu to bring into battle with you. There are only 10 new characters, and on the character select screen, different versions of the same character are now given different character slots in order to make the roster look bigger. The history mode is an actual joke. It covers the entire story of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, and features some old boss battles ported over, but they couldn't even include every previous boss battle.
They didn't
The rest of the story
include
is told
every
through normal
boss. That
matches
is the
and
dumb
literal
part, bro.
slideshow cutscenes. There's a new Boruto story
They
mode
sell
as well.
this game based on story mode, bro. And why are there slides, bro, in the game, bro? Why? They put slideshows in the game. Are you stupid? Bro, the whole campaign was like, yo, we're bringing all this Naruto Storm bosses back. Everything, we're bringing it all back into one game. Cap, they were so cap, bro.
It's not much better. The online was atrocious, with
Scam
constant
of
performance
death.
issues. To make matters worse, on launch you couldn't play with your friends, and the game just outright didn't work online on
I
Xbox.
forgot about that. You cannot play with your friends on launch. Bro, we're in 2025, bro. 2024. What are we doing?
Many people tried to argue that Storm Connections is good for those new to the series. Well, you can just buy Storm Legacy for $70, which includes all 4 previous mainline Storm games, instead of spending $60 to get one half-baked Storm game.
Exactly.
Storm Connections is the perfect example of a bad arena fighter. It was a very clear cash grab and did the literal bare minimum. Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash.
Oh my gosh, do not get me started on this game, bro. This is single-handedly the worst anime game ever created. Worse than Jump Force. This game is the worst. I repeat, this game is the worst anime game ever created. Easily. I do not care about J-Stars, Jump Force. Bro, this is the peak worst anime game. Bro, this game has the most refunds on Steam, bro. It is crazy. Like, top 1 most refunded game ever. That is bad, bro. This game is so trash.
Fighter, and is also Jujutsu Kaisen's first console game. And it's also bad. It was published by Bandai Namco, developed by the developers behind the Once Justice series, Viking. Released on February 2nd, 2024 for the PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. It received poor reviews with a 44 critic score
garbage
and
ass
4.1
game.
user score. I think these reviews help show the Cursed Clash is proof that people are finally tired of arena fighters. The gameplay is similar to J-Stars, featuring 2v2 battle.
Bro, it's not. Bro, he's getting it wrong. We are not tired of arena fighters. We are tired of cash grab arena fighters. We're tired of garbage ass gameplay arena fighters. We're not tired of arena fighters, bro. We are not. They're good. But please spend time making these games, bro. Stop releasing these cash grab bullshit, bro. We're not tired. It's the same excuse that, like, the Marvel fans use. Not Marvel fans the Marvel Studios. It's superhero fatigue. No, bro. It's just garbage story. No one's watching that. If it's good, we're gonna watch it, bro. That is why The Boys is doing good right now. That is why Spider-Man No Way Home did so well, bro. That is why Guardians did so well. Good writing, you know what I'm saying? Good story, good everything. We are not tired of arena fighters. We are tired of bad games. Bad arena fighters, bro. Bad mechanics. Cash grab. Rushed games. We're tired, bro.
And larger destructible arenas. The combat itself is noticeably
cooked.
unpolished.
We're done,
as
man.
The movement is clunky and stiff. It tries to include interest
when they drop this, bro, we're like, yeah, we're done. We're done.
Mechanics, like a cursed energy meter.
Bro, Sparking Zero is its last. Bro, anime games are cooked. If Sparking Zero is cooked like trash on release, bro, it is literally over. For any arena fighter, any like anime games, we're cooked. They're cooked. Just like GTA 6. If GTA 6 drop in its ass, it is over for gaming. It is the same, like, you know what I'm saying? Same correlations, bro. Like, seriously.
Only certain attacks deal damage, while others build up increased energy. It sounds interesting on paper, but in practice, it just means that half of your attacks do nothing, and the other half do too much damage. The one amount of praise I can give this game is that the characters do feel unique, and feature interesting gimmicks that align with their characters in the show, such as Sukuna's attacks also dealing damage to his teammates. However, the character roster does feature some weird omissions like Mecha Maru. The story mode is just terrible. It's a string of regular matches with slideshow cutscenes in between, and a couple of CG cutscenes that look incredibly cheap. The rest of the presentation looks like a mobile game with lifeless animation and a lazy UI, where the home screen is literally just the anime opening with text on top of it. People are fed up with crappy arena fighters like Cursed Clash.
Bad.
Supposedly, it set a new record for most refunds in the shortest amount of time on Steam. If this doesn't signal to Bandai Namco and other publishers
exactly what I said. Listen, chat, listen. Listen to what he says. The most refund game on Steam, bro.
Looks like a mobile game.
It's crazy.
With lifeless animation and a lazy UI, where the home screen is literally just the anime opening with text on top of it. People are fed up with crappy arena fighters like Cursed Clash. Supposedly, it set a new record for most refunds in the shortest amount of time on Steam. If this doesn't signal to Bandai Namco and other publishers that we're tired of arena fighters, then I don't know what will. But I did just say 1 second ago the consumer...
Again, we're not tired of arena fighters. We're tired of bad games, bro.
Are clearly tired of arena fighters. The most hyped anime game currently is yet another arena fighter.
I really think he got it wrong, Chad. We are not tired of arena fighters. We're just tired of bad games. I will not stop saying that until this video ends, bro. We're just tired of cash grabs. That's literally it.
In the Budokai Tenkaichi series, bringing us full circle. And I really think it will end the arena fighter cycle. We'll start with Budokai Tenkaichi and end with Budokai Tenkaichi. While complaints for arena fighters have been around ever since games like J-Stars in 2015, it's very clear that the negative reception towards these games have only grown with time, and Curse Clash really seems like the nail in the coffin with the exorbitant amount of refunds. The current state of anime games is depressing. The oversaturation of the arena fighter genre is obviously a large problem, but it's not the only problem, because we'll still get subpar games that aren't even arena fighters, like Demon Slayer sweep the board. The problem is that publishers like Bandai Namco know that anime fans will buy anything that has their favorite characters in it, so they invest very little into development, rush said development, and release their games when the anime it's based off of is popular, and make a quick buck while their new game dies on launch. They prepare their next venture while milking the minuscule player base dry with DLC that should have just been in the base game. And the scariest part is that Sparking Zero can either serve as a wake-up call or just prove Bandai right. If Sparking Zero succeeds, which I predict it will, Bandai will see Sparking Zero, the game that fans have been asking for years, the game that had plenty of effort and time put into it, has succeeded because they put the effort into it, and because they listened to what fans were asking for. Or they'll see Sparking Zero, the anime 3D arena fighter, and they'll think that it did well because it is an anime 3D arena fighter, and we will once again be trapped in an infinite
Can't wait for this game to drop, bro.
All Bandai Namco
oh my
does
gosh.
publish anime 3D arena fighters.
Can't wait, bro. W video from what's his name? Flame Hunter, bro. Go ahead and subscribe, bro. And yeah, chat, this is it for me. The stream is about to end, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. That, bro. I will say this one more time, bro. We're not tired of arena fighters. We're just tired of bad games, bro. That is literally it. No questions asked. But this was good. GG's, and yeah, bro. I'm about to go to bed, bro. It's mad late right now. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah.